All right, hello everyone. We have returned. The stray cat from the alleyway is back as well. And Daily, thank you very much for the re-up. 57 months, my gosh.
Loading.
Yeah.
Coming up on 60, man.
Yep. He gets his black belt at 60.
Hot dang.
Man, this is my soda. You don't like it. But I appreciate you sniffing anyway. Want to make sure it's not poison? Okay.
She blesses it.
Yep, she blesses it.
Just like glittered over the chat.
So, we have returned. Welcome back, everyone. I hope it was a good break for you, too. Ma'am, I need that camera on me, please. Okay, thank you.
She was blessing us, too.
There are... there are, instead of cats, there are bugs in the system here. Or, I guess cats in the system instead of bugs. Anyway, all right. Where we left off, we were going through and we have met each of our characters here for the story, and found out a little bit about their daily lives, where they live, what's life like for them in the time of the Red. The time of the Red is if any of you have seen the Batman animated series and how like the night sky is always red, and there's also always a full moon, but all right, so there's not always a full moon, but the sky is often red in the wake of the wars that had happened and other such things. Hence, Cyberpunk Red. So times are strange, times are different, and while there is a lot of fighting that goes on among people, I suppose that's something that's always happened through humanity. It just so happens there's a lot of humanity all in one place when it comes to Night City. So we met them in their daily lives. We got a little look at who they are and what they do. And there is an event coming up. Before that, however, we needed to go over one more thing with Benji, our Ripper Dog. Because while I did let him off a little bit easy when it comes to being able to, perform maintenance on his clients out here in the number 4 building of the suburbs, which are still rather concentrated. What Benji has not yet told us or shown us is that he's a little bit of an aficionado when it comes to driving. It's in his blood. And while you might go see Benji to get a new arm or to have your arm repaired, give it a nice polish and upgrade, especially because Benji does seem to get, some new tech. He may not be a big corporate, an official like a clinic or a hospital, but he does get some really cool stuff now and again.
No, I'm not a member of Trauma Team. That's expensive. They pay well.
We are... Hey, and actually, Benji, what has kept you, if I may ask, what has kept you from joining Trauma?
It just seemed a little too big of a commitment, Yeah. I never expected to stay in Night City as long as I have. And I'm still here.
Well...
So... who knows?
You're originally from outside of Night City, yes?
Yep. Out in the desert. Used to travel a lot. Hence why I'm pretty good at driving. But my old beater car died on the way into Night City.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have what looks like a vintage motorcycle. Although, to say that it's true to its original vintage state is a misnomer. It runs on modern fuel. It runs on modern tech. It just looks old.
Ah, okay.
On purpose. You know, an old clunker doesn't get stolen.
Now, do you have to interface with it, or do you drive it normally?
Well, in order for it to run properly, I just need my access shard, and that's it.
Okay. Well,
There's a lot in the replicant from your stuff.
Sorry.
So you have a little bit of time until the concert. You finished your work here with your current clients, and maybe just this tower's getting a little too confined. What do you say you go for a drive, Benji?
Could use a little fresh air,
Well,
even if it is a little bit stale still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Driving out in the outskirts of the city isn't necessarily all that safe anymore. But I do like to tease that a little bit and go driving amongst the cactus.
Now, as a Ripper Doc, it's not exactly like you wear the white lab coat and you have the stethoscope and everything. So if there's not so much an outfit or a uniform for when you're practicing your trade, do you at least have something ritualistic that you wear when you go out for a drive?
Absolutely. I wear my leathers. My leather jacket, my leather pants. You know, get some good protection going. With that. Obviously, I don't ride with a helmet because if I'm gonna fall off my bike, I'm gonna end up dead. Either way. But yeah, just let the wind kind of run through my hair and just kind of take in a bit of that dusty air, even if it's even though Night City is lights and sounds and noise and fumes, and even though, you know, modern fuel doesn't stink all that much, it's just noisy.
Yeah.
I want to hear my ride. I don't want to hear their rides. If that makes any sense.
When you're passing through the hulls of your complex here, a very popular word people use that does, I mean, you can use it among friends, but it is also almost a familial term of choom, or there's a couple other takes on it as well. Does that ring differently with you, Benji? I mean, because there's an implication of family. I mean, it would almost be like someone calling you brother, but also that might hit differently too.
No, people I call brother, I call mano. Short for hermano. Those are my brothers. Chooms are, you know, chooms. Friends. You know, mates. You know, amigos, if you want to get technical. It's not as close to me.
Not like your actual brother?
Oh, I miss him. Where in the world did you get to? Maybe that's why I ride. Maybe I hope that one day I'll run into him. That he escaped his confines from wherever the fuck he is. Out there. Riding in the wind, maybe looking for me.
Well, your thoughts pass by, as does the landscape, as you're going from the suburbs out beyond the official city limits here. And while it is more wild and free, unknown to many who live in the city, who never escape out of their block, their stack, you've been to a lot of places because you haven't been a part of this city for your entire life. And you know what does exist or doesn't in its own ways beyond it. And that does include someone on the road that will end up hailing you here. This is someone who recognizes your jacket, but a friendly face. Another, well, maybe the nomad life isn't yours currently, Doc, but someone who does remember when the nomad life was. And stops you. It's been forever. What have you been up to?
No, listen, not. No. Remind me again. What was your name again?
Ice.
Ice.
Because I'm
Like
so
that.
hot, right? Ah.
No, I was thinking more like Netrunner shit.
Oh, I leave that for the net runners. I'm a road runner. Ah, bip, bip. Ah, you get it? Now, speaking of road running, real quick, Benji, did you have, I guess, like a road name or like a nomad name that he or others might know you by?
Chop Shop.
Chop Shop? Okay.
Because that's my profession has always been a ripper doc with my clan or without.
Okay. Chop Shop. Now, speaking of road running, I know it might have been a while. I don't want you to get rusty. So, what do you say? Are you on for a race? Come on.
Pinche merda. Come on. I don't want to leave you in the dust.
There we go. More like it. Now, way I'm thinking, we're out here. No risk. No risk.
NCPD doesn't come out patrolling this far, do they?
And I know what you can do. I think we should take this to the city. Now, he's gonna lay out a route for you. That is a little difficult, but seems agreeable.
All right.
And if you're ready, you and Ice, who is very hot, are going to go on a bit of a road race. And don't you go getting caught now. I'm not gonna bail you out.
You don't got the eddies.
No, I just got the balls to do this.
You want to make this interesting, Chumba?
Go on.
500 eddies.
500?
Don't tell me that's too spicy for you.
Too spicy for the icy, huh? Alright, well, I think I can do that.
The eddies you can take, you can put up your bike.
I got you.
Okay.
You're willing to do this? You're willing to show me what you got, Chop Shop? That's fine. I'll put up 500.
500.
Yeah. But, you know, no funny business, huh?
I ride with honor.
I think we got ourselves an agreement. And he goes for a clasp.
And I'll give him a traditional clasp.
When you do, as you clasp his arm, while you are out in the, you're out in the deserts beyond Night City. It is the afternoon. It is very warm.
Mm-hmm.
His arm is very cold. Like, it's as if he is somehow, like, internally air conditioned.
That's interesting. Do I know what would do that?
It sounds really weird. Like, it's possible. You're not seeing anything that's like overt hoses or lines that are running through him. And, I mean, maybe there's like a little vent on his motorcycle seat, but that's not going to make his forearm almost chilly to the touch. So this has got to be some kind of upgrade that, I mean, it's feasible, but you've not really heard about it before, especially because it's a rather clean install. Like, again, there's no like overt scars or tubes or anything that are, like pulsing with Freon or something that are.
Maybe he is a little crumbed up under the skin. That should make it interesting.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
All right, then. Well, then, if you're ready to go, so am I, eh?
Saddle up, Grandpa.
Yeah! Giddy up! Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Start revving the engine on my bike. It sounds beautiful.
The race begins. Now, the first leg of it, pretty easy. Smooth sailing. I mean, there's potholes and the stuff that you'd expect, because the roads out here, well, let the nomads take care of it. It's their roads. But also, the nomads don't exactly have a lot of, like, infrastructure to, like, oh, we don't own the asphalt making plants, so what do you want? Fortunately, for most of this driving, this is letting your engine make sure you can open it up, you get some practice turns in. For the most part, if your reflex plus your relevant control skills greater than 9, I don't need a roll. What you got? What you got, Benji?
My modifier is 10. Total modifier is 10.
Okay. All of the average stuff, which even includes just dodging a whatever potholes, normal stuff. Even if there's like a tumbleweed that blows past, that's fine. You got this. Nice and easy. No dice rolls needed, which is good. If any of you out there, by the way, in the audience, are just joining us, it's been an interesting start when it comes to rolls, and everyone getting their chance to warm up their dice. Let's check out. Not quite that one. Let's go to. There we go. This will look a little bit better for where we're gonna end up. Where we're gonna end up going here. And you know what? Let me do one quick addition of some music. We're doing this live, everyone. We're gonna add car chase music to the scene. Loop. And then hopefully that will play. There we go.
It's not working for me. Is it working for anyone else?
It's working for me.
I can't hear you.
Okay, I don't know if that's your if your volume settings, but I can hear it.
Oh, there we go. I can hear it now.
Otherwise, if you want to play it along at home because you can't hear it, it is the car chase theme on Tabletop Audio. Shout outs to Tabletop Audio for the really good music selections they have. All right. So, things are getting a little bit more difficult here because now that you're approaching the city, there's a little bit more traffic. A couple other people on motorcycles. There's a big nomad caravan full of supplies that are bringing in things from all over into the city as well. And, well, you know those big trucks just don't travel at the same speed that you'd like to here. And ICE is very willing to do some interesting maneuvers to try and get ahead here. Now, for you to be able to try and keep up, if not get ahead, I'm going to need you to do a couple swerves. Now, a swerve has a difficulty value of 13. Telling you that ahead of time because, you know, you're a professional driver. You had the life of a nomad. Remember, all of you have your luck pools if you want to declare any use of those on your rolls before you roll. So I would like I'd like a driving check from you, Benji, here to make a rather dramatic swerve around this nomad caravan. Oh no. Okay.
Well, you didn't crit fail, so that's a success, right?
Well, it has to... success is beating the difficulty value. Unfortunately, it's not even meter beat. So, it is... I'm looking for the difficulty is a 13 for a swerve. So that is your level 2 on drive land vehicle, plus an 8 from your reflexes. Oh, very good there. So it just turns out, yeah, it was a bit of a low roll there, huh?
Bad roll. Yep.
Yep.
My modifier is plus 10 in total. That's a bad roll.
All right then. So you are. You are going to, well, I'll give you a choice here. Would you like to successfully complete the maneuver but take some damage for it? Or are you going to slam on the brakes and not damage yourself, but you're falling behind to ice? Your pride or your HP, which is more important?
I'll fall back for a little bit.
You'll fall back? Okay. All right then. You're getting a. You're hearing the distant laughter of Ice. Come on, catch up! As he's waving his hand at you with one finger here to get you to, you know, to get your speedometer back up and going again.
Which I will do.
All right. You have to get around. You slammed on the brakes and you're reevaluating things here. Getting back into it, you're going to have to go a little bit more quickly to try and catch up. And this is going to be just a... since you're driving a little bit more haphazardly in order to do so, if you have a 9, you're good, isn't going to cut it here. Now you do have a 10. 10 is going to be that borderline. But what I would like you to do is, this is just a general driving check. I want you to make a 10. You gotta hang on. The difficulty value is 10, so you need an 11 or greater.
11 or better.
Yep, 11 or better.
Ooh,
Hey, that's a
a
green
crit.
number. Okay.
That's a 26.
You catch up. So yeah, you fell behind. Vroom, you're analyzing the traffic patterns. You know what? It's a little bit rusty. You gotta not just go on those casual cruises in the desert. Like, this is really getting you going here. Vroom vroom, and you hit it, and you're able to catch up. You're able to catch up here with ice. And as you're speeding along here, he looks a little bit back at you. It's getting a little closer neck to neck. See if you got the cojones for this one. If not, I'll see you at the finish line for this shortcut. And he points over to a ramp. And he is going to make a rather dramatic jump that is going to end up being, all things considered, a shortcut. Because if he can land this jump, he's gonna end up on. It's not a gentle off ramp, similar to what you see here, but it's more like he's going to try and go. He's just gonna like take the jump down instead of needing to slow down and turn and merge with traffic. Ice is going all in on this jump, and he is gonna go for the gold and go for the gusto here. Now, he is going to be doing something. This is very. This is going to be very
Quite dangerous.
difficult for him as well. Now, the difficulty that you're looking for on a jump, Benji, is 17. So you need an 18 or greater in order to make it. Ice seems to be rather confident with the stats that, out of character, the stats that he has. This is kind of what he does. Like, he's a motorcyclist. This is what he practices. And he probably wouldn't have put you up to it if he didn't have the confidence. That being said, Ice is going to use a little bit of luck as well, and so we'll see if my oh no. Okay, so Ice takes the jump, and you just get this and there's just a crunch. Sparks fly up as his motorcycle just bottoms out on the road. And there's a cry of pain. He might have crushed his leg in the process here. Now, mind you, if I rolled 2 6s in the damage, that's actually a critical hit indicator. This is me as your GM just describing descriptively he lost a lot of hit points. Not that there's critical damage. However, if I'm rolling 66 for an impact like that, there's a good chance I might roll 2 6s, which means there's an actual critical damage. Yeah. So mechanically, he lost a lot of hit points. 21. He is he's not doing so well, Doc. You can see his leg is just sort of like hanging limply off the side of his motorcycle. Now the question is, are you doing this jump? Are you up for it too? I mean, because you're kind of a neck and neck. You can still brake and slow and take a safer way, or you can attempt the jump as well. You know what you need if you want to tap your luck. You also see the consequences.
Yeah. I think I am going to slow down a bit and take the actual off-ramp.
Okay.
But if I can, be just neck and neck with him and, tell him to pull over. Or yell at him to pull over. Because he's a mess.
Yeah, he's a mess that's taking -2 to all of his skill checks, because he's injured here.
Very seriously wounded.
Go ahead and because you're needing to play catch up again, I want another just a general drive. To once more. Okay, yep, you got that pretty easily. Oh, see, you could have jumped with that. Come on. That's fine though. you're able to catch up, and you can see his leg as it's showing through where the pavement like scraped away the leathers. His skin is, I mean, he has injury. He's not bleeding, but his injuries are glowing red, like a pulsing red color, as if there's actually like lights in his skin. But it's almost pulsing. No blood though. But the injuries are to soft tissue. It's not like it's not a metal leg that's just been painted otherwise. Not yet. No way. Almost there.
Bro, you're hurt. Another stunt like that and you're dead.
I got this. 500's on the line. And he is going to, I only need my hands to steer. And he is going to give it a boost here.
What kind of drugs is this guy hopped up on right now?
And the last part here, for him to try and cinch this to win, if he lands this, this is going to be a bootleg turn, and much like the jump, he needs an 18 or greater in order to get it. As he's going to take this turn, and all right. Oh shoot. Well, he goes to put his on this bootleg turn. He goes to put his boot down, even as part of the turn, to sort of like scrape along and stabilize. That's his bad leg, and he's taking a -2. So he would have done this. You can tell his form was there. He would have made this turn. He was so into it, though, he used his bad leg. And ice is going to, the cycle is going to skid out. And he's going to get a critical injury.
Oh, bro.
And if this is a 5 or a 6, this is going to be to his head. Okay. A bodily injury. Broken ribs. At the end of every turn where you move further than 4 yards on foot, you resuffer this critical injury's bonus damage directly to your hit points. That being said, he has broken ribs, but he is also below his hit point value. In other words, he's needing to make hi Quad Boy, thank you. He's gonna have to make a death saving throw. Now, before he has to do that, you can try and get there and stabilize him, but it's going to take a dramatic feat for you to do so before you are going to lose him, or at least before he has to start rolling. And well, if he fails one death saving throw, this is not D&D. This is you lose one and you're out. So, would you prefer a safe approach, Benji? Or do you want to try and do a maneuver on your bike in order to get to him so you can immediately treat him?
I do want to immediately treat him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be a little haphazard with my diving.
Okay. So you need to effectively do this this bootleg turn, but don't fail. If you can do this, because he skidded and went off to the side, whatever, like that's not the progress he wanted, you'll have perfected it and you'll get there before he needs to make a death saving throw. So you can like stop and even almost like lay your bike down and run and use the momentum to run over to him.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking for an 18 or better. Roll it straight up, or if you want to use luck, you can use luck too.
Spending some luck.
Sure, how much?
3 points of luck.
3 points.
So that makes my base modifier 13.
Okay.
So roll it. Ooh, that's an 18 plus 3, 21.
All right. You hit that bootleg turn. You know, you're leaving rubber on the road. You skid, and then you hit the acceleration to go over to him, and you're able to lay down your bike or whatever in acceptable, non-damaging form, anyway. And you use that, and you rush right over. Now in order to provide a quick fix here, I am going to need a paramedic difficulty value 13.
Paramedic 13. No. That is... hang on, is that under... Ooh, okay. Paramedic 13. Would an air hypo add any modifiers?
Maybe. I don't know offhand what an air hypo is. That might depend on what's in it. Because, I mean, an empty syringe can add different modifiers, too, if it's full of air or full of drugs, depending on what you're injecting into someone. So...
Well, it's filled with, like, whatever, like, the medicine is. So, I don't know if that adds modifiers or if that's just I can pick them up sort of thing.
Well, I guess that depends on your meds. I'd have to check that out real quick. Let's see, that was the lawman roll. Antibiotic. What'd you have? Or did you have speed heal? Or what was in it?
Yeah, I had.
There's 5 pharmaceuticals you can make.
Yeah. It was a speed heal in it.
Okay, so when injected with a dose of speed heal, a target who is not on the mortally wounded state immediately heals him. Okay, well, he is mortally wounded.
Well, I can't help him with that then. Then yeah, paramedic DC 13 it is. Which I start with 12. 17.
Okay. For all of you out there, you're like, oh, you start with 12. Clearly, Benji's going to get this. And then we see a red number. He didn't roll a red number, but you see a red number, you're like, oh no, that subtracts from the total. All right. So you're able to stabilize him. And then you can use your speed heal after you've stabilized him. But speed heal is not going to be like cure wounds where it'll bring someone like back up from 0. They have to be above that already in order to receive the benefits. All right. So you run over to Ice. You're able to give him some quick treatment. And then you inject your speed heal into him. Ugh. And his body, while you're doing this, in patches now, it feels, I guess, normal and then cold. It's weird while you're treating him. But also, there's not exactly a lot of there is some blood, but there's not a lot of blood flow around the wounds that you're treating. Almost like it's coagulated already, or like just something. It's different. It's not what you're used to in treating people.
I'm kind of gonna give him a once over to see if he's on any drugs.
Oh no, but I wish I was. Oh, you got something for the pain?
Not on me, fella.
Oh. Damn.
I told you another trick like that would get you killed, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but that would mean I'd have to listen to you.
You should listen to me.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, seriously, that would feel better than this. Oh.
Yeah, you can screw a Joy Toy later. You're lucky that I'm the one you were racing and not some other dipshit.
Yeah, well, what do you want me to say? Thank you? Because I will. Oh.
Well, thank you would be nice.
And thank you.
You can say it. Say it. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
All right.
Oh.
Now, if you hand me over, if you give me your cred chip and my 500 eddies, I might actually be able to patch you up for real.
Oh, well, now just fuck me the other way. Oh, it's got a price of medical in Night City, you know what I mean?
Your implants are in half.
This new stuff was supposed to make it better.
Where'd you get it?
Has some booster gang going around. They got some new stuff.
What are you talking, Maelstrom?
I don't know. It like works with your body and some. It's supposed to be like natural tech. It's kind of hard to explain.
It looks like it came out of a trash heap.
Still. At least I'm not bleeding out. That's good. Oh, though it's really warm now. But he will. You and he can spend the day squaring up and I guess going over some things. Because in all honesty, he'd rather you patch him up than than actually going to a hospital. So
trauma's more expensive than I am.
Yeah. Plus, they also ask questions, and you don't.
They do.
So
no, typically I don't.
Enough to treat whatever's going on. Right?
Enough to be able to treat my patients.
Yeah,
that's about it. And I'll, whatever I can scrape by, because I probably have some things in my repertoire. I could, patch him up for the time being to get him back to my clinic so I can patch him up for real.
Yep. Welcome to Benji Ripper Doc's No Questions Asked Clinic. Now please fill out this questionnaire to receive service.
Yes.
All right. Well, that you're going to make a little bit of extra money off of this, and Ice is going to end up telling you. He's just going to tell you about what's been going on outside the city in the Nomad Lands. He can talk about this and that with you, and you will get the 500 from the race. Though he tells you that he's going to need a little bit of time to get the rest of the money for your other payment. But hey, he can work now that he's not dying. So
yeah,
if his credit's good with you, then you can let him go, and he'll get that other amount for you.
Yep, I tell him, don't make me come collect.
No, it's not like you don't know where to find me. If anything, I was able to find you. You fly in those colors still. Your family's in deep shit.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, why'd you wear those around?
Why do you wear yours?
Thought you were no questions asked. Yeah, fuck off. I gotta go work.
If you want a true no questions asked, that's an extra 1,500, my friend.
He laughs and then remembers that he saw his broken ribs and he actually coughs in pain. He cusses you out and then he leaves. All right, so
stupid bitch.
You all have had a taste now of what life is like in the big city. Now we're going to by the way, I guess in this there was we have a little bit of crossover with we have a little crossover here with Zeke and Rock alike, as while you were out, and about doing your things. I think Zeke, you were on a phone call when some crazy people on motorcycles went racing by, and Rock, while you were out and about, There was also, I mean, because I referenced there was some like road races and stuff going on, and you weren't there to witness the glorious wipeout. But at some point while you were out, you did see that there were some squad cars racing past, and you're probably like, "Well, I know how that ended." You know. There we go. We have a little setup crossover here as we now bind everyone together in the darkness with the One Ring. And by the One Ring, I mean that we have Ramone's van here. And remember, all the cool kids have animated GIFs on the side of their Space Wizard vans. So we have at some point in time, I guess, then Kitty Bird, if you want to like draw like your band logo on the side here, like, yeah, we are Shattered Data or something, you can. But after slinking away, you know, you have the rest of the day to think about things. Remember, if you do encounter your foe again, you're going to be at some negatives because you were bested in combat, and that lasts for a little while. But you get here and you pack up. Is Shattered Data other people too, or is it you singing? Is this acoustic? What's the band or the group or the performance like? What are we loading in the van?
It usually is like 2 or 3 other people, but they kind of rotate as to who's available.
Okay.
The standard band equipment like guitars, drums, stage flares, props and stuff. So, like, I think there's like do not take this the wrong way, a small bed. So she can, not a big bed, not that kind of wizard's van.
That's all right, you just got yourself a shaggin' wagon.
Yeah.
If the van's rocking, don't come a knocking. The true rock and roll lifestyle.
Yep.
Even truer for those who live in their cars.
Well, the small bed is actually a throwback to when she only had a car, not an apartment. But yeah, it's just like the most of the things that usual musical. She does have a pistol under the seat, under the driver's seat, though.
Yep.
And there it goes off into the distance. Probably runs a little bit sort of janky. But yeah, there's room for like 2 or 3 people and instruments and stuff. The band Shattered Data, like I said, like she's the front man and guitarist and singer. But the other couple like rotate out as to who is available at the time.
Okay, so the other band positions are gig roles for people.
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the word and I couldn't.
Okay. So yeah, so really Shattered Data is you, Ramone. You do the work and you can just hire in the gig economy here. If there's people available, because you can feed them the music to play. You know, like, hey, just show up, bring an instrument, and play the music I give you, kind of a thing. Now, a question for you. Are you selective in the people who accompany you? Do they need to not be augmented, or it's just that they can be, but like they just can't have a problem with the fact that you sing against that kind of stuff?
She tends to like gravitate to people who have similar beliefs and styles as she does. If they're like medical implants and cyberware, like to help sustain them. It's not so much of an issue, but she tries to keep the cyberware lesser.
Okay.
So they do kind of have to. They do have to understand she is going against the corpos and major cyberware, and they're gonna be ready for a bit of trouble if
yeah, I guess it makes sense, because if you're running like a vegan band and then Lady Gaga shows up as a backup singer in her meat dress, you're like, okay, well, it's kind of weird, but you know.
I mean, if Lady Gaga turned up anywhere, I would have. No.
All right. Well, so you load up, and it's I mean, look, it's been a day. You can go back, and why don't you give me one more personal grooming, because you know it has been that day, and you gotta look the look. Now, if you want to spend luck on this, you're welcome to, but you know.
Okay, I think I will. But I forget how to do that.
Just I don't know if the sheet necessarily will prompt you for it, but
No.
you could just say, I'm going to spend 3 of my luck or 4 of my luck, and then we add that to the total that you would.
Okay, it has been a day. She needs to look her best, and she just wants to get over it. So yes, I will spend 3 luck.
All right.
Oh,
nice.
Go. Oh.
So that'll be 24
Okay, so
total.
24.
Very good. All right. So if it comes to it, let's remember that number of 24 for your personal group. You look now fabulous. You're ab fab, Ramone. Your makeup is in place. Your hair's doing what you need it to do. It was a rough start, but that maybe that's what you channeled that into your punk energy, or at least you took the bad hair day and you're like, no, this is natural. People got to understand they can't all, or however you want to do it. Like, so you could lean into the mess, or you can primp and dye and do whatever you want. But you did it really well.
She probably would lean into the mess and the chaos.
Okay. Derelict. Very good.
Chaotic chic.
Yeah, chaotic chic.
Yes, chaotic chic. I like that. I'm stealing that.
All right. So going for the super space natural look, but not quite like Radagast with the actual like bird poop and like everything.
No,
like,
no, we don't go that far, darling.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Space Wizard vans and everything, so you know. Anyway, all right. So you make it to the university gates here. Just as it was said, you are let in, and you are able to. You're given instructions. All right, you've made it through the wall. Follow these roads, and you're going to be setting up at a place known as the Cascaded Lass. Now, this is a franchise of clubs that is in every mega city that's a mega city has a Cascaded Lass, and so this is a place on campus. It's fairly new, and for the audience out there, that is I guess an obvious but inside joke, and.
I see what you did there.
You are going to be playing the second show of the evening. It is the first show is acoustic, so it seems like the musical theme is rather unplugged, which is probably why you were on the list to call as a replacement. The band playing in front of you is one that you've heard of before. There's no necessarily beef. A fellow by the name of Roscoe with the trauma texts, and he is going to, he's giving a solo guitar performance. Really cool dude, rather short of stature, But he wears a really cool black leather coat and everything. So like you two probably have a vibe together. You don't necessarily run in the same circles, but you know, there's here at least we have both of you could be in the same place. So you have someone who would at least be a peer. You're not really friends. It's not like you've jammed together. He's playing first. You're playing second. What's that?
Oh, we're chilled.
Yeah. There's no bad blood or anything. He hasn't, you know, through his media. It's not like he's like saying bad stuff about you. Like he's just really like into himself. Like, so if anything, he's very kind of reclusive, and he sings a lot about just himself and his emotions and whatnot. It'd always be like acoustic emo kind of a thing. But so anyway, yeah. So yeah, you're gonna get there. You're going to set up and get things going behind the stage. You do have some benefits if you want to pregame a little bit. You're welcome to some drinks. You're welcome to some snacks. It's not the best green room that you've ever had, but that's because it hasn't been made for you. It's just sort of like, well, all right, you're here as the replacement. I don't know. Do you want a meal? Like, we'll get you something as part of payment and thanks. So, but hey, this is a place to play. You know, it's in a really nice place. They would scan you for weapons. Now it's okay that you keep it in your van. They said you're allowed to, you know, nothing inside the building. Mm-hmm. But they understand if you keep something, and especially from where you're going, you know, your car, like, because look, the guards don't exactly like live on campus, so they get it, you know, because right outside the university, it gets bad pretty quickly. That's the whole reason why it's walled. But anyway, so you get in there. At some point in time, you start setting up. We come over to Rock. Rock, you pull up on your motorcycle. The guard there, you know, stops you. You provide your credentials. And is there anything, because you're talking to security, you're talking to other, you know, to like campus police. Everything has gone through. There's no hiccups here. But is there anything you want to talk to them about or know beyond the fact that they're going to tell you your assignment is just you're going to go to this this club on campus and make sure people don't get rowdy. You're not the bouncer. They have a bouncer, but if something goes beyond the bouncer, then you're the enforcer beyond the bouncer.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I got my in-body concealment, so the hidden holster thing there.
They will not scan you, but I mean, if you want to tell them that, because they understand you're there, you are like, it's fine for you to be in whatever, you know, flak or Kevlar, whatever else sort of armor or, you know, weapons, obvious, or in this case, you know, concealed. But yep, they just ask you got all your equipment? Do you need anything?
Kind of the last line of defense in case it gets too spicy around here.
Yeah. It shouldn't really. I mean, look, they're dumb college kids. What do they know? But look, they get upset about a lot of little things. And especially given the nature of this performance, there might be some people protesting it because it's sort of going against a whole way of life. And there's people who want to accept this and whatever. You know how it is on campuses like this. So just, you know, we're here as well, but you specifically are here as an extra legal backup because there's only so much that we can do being a part of the university. So
understood. It's not my first rodeo.
Yeah, well, thank you for understanding, because I mean, there's certain things that if we do it, it looks bad on NCU, and so that's why, you know, hey, you get it. You're the independent contractor, so if the defecation hits the ventilation, you know, sorry, you're the fall guy.
A much wider gray line. Yeah.
But yes, you do get a nice wide gray swath because you're taking that risk for us. And hey, you know what? Hopefully it'll be nothing. Maybe it's rowdy. A couple people might have a couple too many drinks. If there's people out there protesting or something, then whatever. You got to tell them to calm down or just help disperse them or something. Usually that's the sort of stuff that we'll end up doing as long as it's staying, non-lethal. But anyway, go on, and he'll tell you the campus roads to take to get to the club there. While you're there, I guess as a part of the security detail, is there anything in particular that you would do while you're at the venue? Because there's the bands that are there, and I think what Ramone might be looking for is just, hey, where do I sit down and wait until I perform? Is there anything you want to know or to do, Rock?
I just want to know, like, am I just kind of a roamer around the whole venue, or do I need to stick to a specific area? Like,
sure,
a high risk area, like stage area, backstage area.
Yep. So you're shown around the inside of the club here, and it's pretty trendy. It's pretty swanky. It looks very clean and bright. It's a place that really stands out against the rest of the city and even the campus, because the campus is trying to go for that older look of buildings not made of newer construction material and everything. And this is just, everything is just, it's clean and presented. There's a shine to everything. Everything just seems to have light to it as well. So even the dark spots are dark just because it's a darker color light shining in that area. As the theme, and as you walk around, you can see as well that there is there's an area, a stage for the performance. There's a place where a lot of the club goers, they can just stand and dance and sing along, and others who just want to sit and have something to eat or to drink, they're going to be able to do so. And you can see you're given the tour around. Okay, so yeah, there's a little security office here that if you need to go in there, we have our own like club, like our bouncer, not our bouncer at the door, but our security is in there as well. You got the bathrooms over here, a lot of seating here. This is where the concert's going to take place between the Trauma Texts and Shattered Data. Most people are really just going to be out here in the dance area, and there is a VIP section off to the side. That's for people who want to be seen or only want to hear and not be seen. Unless there's something going on, the curtain stays closed, and please don't go behind it because the VIPs want their sense of their security and what they've paid for in order to get that kind of privacy. There's you can bail out back. There's like the emergency exits out this way. So you're given the layout, you're given the tour. As you arrive there early enough that there's really no one there except the bartenders just getting in. It's the opening staff. They're gonna wipe stuff down. Make sure everything is set up. Probably the tech crew for the first band is up here getting some things set up as well.
All right, so they just want me basically on a continuous foot patrol, not a static post.
Yeah, just you have this presence about you that seems to be authoritative, or at least you let people know that, hey, I'm here, and for every fuck around, there's going to be a find out, and they want that energy, right? So if you want to just be cool, don't be the stick in the mud, because this is a college club, but make sure that people know that you're here, but don't get in the way. Don't interrupt people. If someone throws an elbow on the dance floor, they don't need to be taken down or anything. It happens. But if bad stuff really happens, or everything's like, if something gets rowdy outside and it spills inside, then they need someone like you who can make the call, take the shot, and what will happen will happen.
And then just one more question. So, based on your past bands and stuff you have in the club, are there any areas that tend to be higher problem areas to keep an eye on?
No, not really. You know, we're kind of new here. We haven't had a lot of concerts yet. It's mostly just been the DJ up here in the booth playing whatever the popular music is. You know, we're a new arrival as part of the Cascaded Last franchise to Night City. So this is we're trying an acoustic night. We're trying to go as unplugged as possible. So our two performers, don't know if you heard about them, the Trauma Texts and the Shattered Data. They're a more natural approach. We'll see how it goes because they're used to just you know, hearing electronic music or, you know, some power metal and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's really weird. This other band that's playing, like the lead singer, she is all like no chrome, you know, no equipment. And that has some people rubbed the wrong way. It's created a bit of a controversy. Well, again, you're here for a reason. So just let people know that no shenanigans, no bullshit.
You got it.
Now, arriving, so you two, as Rock and Ramone, are going to, you know, set yourselves up. You're doing your thing. In fact, Ramone and Rock, you two are most likely even going to meet. And, of course, Roscoe is there, too. And so, if you want to have an interaction between the two of you, like if there's any sort of, whatever expectations or needs, you're welcome to talk to each other about that. As you are introduced, Ramone, hey, this is Rock. He's here on extra duty. If you need anything, I guess talk to him. The manager walks away, leaving you two in the same room. You can either stare at each other awkwardly or say something. It's up to you.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm here as kind of a step above the typical security, so if you feel threatened or you see something that's out of place or someone makes you feel uncomfortable, I'm your guy. If you want to establish some type of signal or something, if I'm on the other side of the club, then we can set that up so I can get to you quickly, but just think of me as kind of your personal security if anything gets out of hand.
Well, I can usually handle myself and any crap that goes down, and I'm still in one piece for now. But it's good to know I've got someone who's got my back. I was pointing that way. So, Rock, was it?
Rock.
Nice.
And it was Ramone, correct?
It was, yeah. Still is,
right.
always will be.
I am here for you.
Okay.
All right.
Basically,
Oh, go ahead.
if you hear me scream, if you hear me scream, don't worry, that's part of the act.
All right, I got you.
All right, so you two get acquainted. You know, you talk. The ice is broken, but that's because he failed his check and is on the streets elsewhere right now.
I patched him up.
Yeah, I know.
He's fine.
You did. So now we have. Let's have Ezekiel show up next. Ezekiel, you make your way to the security station, and they tell you, "Oh yeah, looks like your vehicle's been authorized." You get the spiel of you're on campus. If you want to keep a bug out bag or something in your car, you can. But it looks like you are not authorized to carry any weapons into the building or through campus. So keep it in your car. We really don't want to have to enforce this rule, but there's a reason why the gates close behind you. Because if something happens, there ain't no getting out, and we'll get you. But don't make us get you because we don't like having to do it.
All right.
Muted.
Promise I'll
There you go.
Shouldn't be. No, I'm not.
You're good. You're good.
All right. I promise I won't cause no trouble.
All right. Well, you got the spiel. Go ahead. And what they're saying, it wasn't like directly threatening, like we got our eyes on you. It sounded very routine, like he's probably said this 100 times today. But it is very direct. And actually, roll a human perception, please, Zeke.
All right. So, I'm still having trouble with my sheets. So that's turns out that's actually an empathy, not a
okay.
intelligence.
That makes sense. So yeah.
I'm 7 minus 2 for my empathy. So that's 5 plus 5 plus 2 for my cyber enhancement. Plus D10.
Ooh.
10.
All right.
So bad.
Yeah, so the way that he says this, it doesn't sound overtly threatening. It is backed up with not a passing don't make us do it, but it does seem like a real thing that he doesn't want to have to do this, that they have had to do this before. And there was this is part of the feature, I guess, of the university is known, but the emphasis on you won't get out was spoken with some pretty good confidence, in that there's no getting out if this place is sealed up. So, not that this is grating on you, because it's like, well, I'm not coming here to shoot people or to do, nefarious stuff. I mean, well, not... How do I word this? You know what I mean. You rolled a good enough human perception.
Yes, I do. I'm rolling it out of character. Okay, so out of character, what's the neighborhood here? Is it really bad or is it okay?
Is the what here? I'm sorry?
Yeah, how's the neighborhood here? Like, how is the...
On campus, it's peaceful because this is a walled-in facility. Like, you need access to go in and out of the university campus. Okay. So think of the campus like a castle courtyard, and you're passing through the portcullis to get in.
Gotcha. But we're parking outside, so anything I leave out there may or may not be there when we get back. You're parking on campus. I mean, you still may want to lock your doors, but it's not like there's high crime on campus. You're not bringing weapons into the building. So odds are the bouncer and everything is going to give you a pat down or something, like to make sure there's no weapons in the building. And if you're walking around in like full armor or something, then, I mean, that might cause some trouble too. So he tells you can keep it in the car, in the parking lot. Don't bring it in the building. Like, don't walk around campus. Don't walk through the green. Don't go to class, with your pistols. Yeah. Of course. Okay, so still out of character.
Yeah.
Can I wear my armor jack here, or should I be wearing my Kevlar?
What is your Kevlar? If it doesn't look overtly like body armor, you should be fine. It is nighttime, so if you're like, people may not be looking, but you're also going to be in a club, and you are going to get like a pat down. Are they going to be as hard on armor as an overt, like a pistol? Probably not. But it raises tension if you're just walking around in body armor. So
yeah, well, that's kind of why I'm asking about the armor jack. Like, out of character, I'm not really sure like how armor jack really is.
The armor jack sounds a little bit more obvious. The Kevlar, as we were discussing in the in the workshop, you can have a Kevlar bikini. And so like you can.
No, Kevlar is no sweat. That's kind of what I'm. All right, so I'll wear my Kevlar.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I will go ahead and.
That's a very good question because I'm also wearing light armor jack.
Okay, so that applies to you too.
Yeah, so if it's armor jack or heavier, that's going to cause problems. Not as much as an overt weapon. If you have Kevlars or leathers, things that are more cloth-like or passable as normal clothing, like, hello, fellow students, I too am a student and am dressed cool like you, then there's not as much problem. Not as much of a problem.
Because light armor jack says it's a combination of Kevlar and plastic meshes inserted into the weave of fabric.
Yeah, light armor jack could be like woven into clothing, so it's less obvious.
Less obvious. So I'm
the
thinking
light.
That's what my leather jacket's made of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
As well, because
That might nomad.
Yeah, because there's
I derailed the game.
There's 2 or 3 tiers to armor jack, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's light, medium, heavy.
It looks like medium would be more like typical body armor.
Yeah.
Heavy would be like trauma plates, stuff like that.
Then let's keep it light armor jack and below is fine if it's not obvious. But if you're wearing something heavier, that's going to turn some heads.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just thinking that my jacket was made of that. So.
Okay. Yep, that's fine then.
Okay. All right, back in the character. All right, so all right, I'll go ahead and leave my gun at my bike.
Okay. All right, you leave him there. You lock up your bike, I guess, as much as it's locked up, and you make your way to the Cascaded Lass. You're patted down. There's nothing overt on you, if I'm correct. Oh, I can't hear you. No, nothing's coming through. I mean, I also lost Coffee Cat and Kitty Bird's feed, so I wonder if something happened. Uh-oh. Coffee Cat, Kitty Bird, Crispy Bangs, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yep, we are here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. So I just can't hear Fluffy. All right.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I just can't see you two.
Oh.
That's weird because
we can see each other. It's you, because we lost you.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see everybody.
Yeah, well, as Ready to Nap suggested in chat, when in doubt, refresh. I can try hitting refresh and see what happens.
Wait.
And hopefully this will help.
let's all just chill with the music.
Now I don't have anyone on camera.
Do you still hear us?
I can hear you. We can continue without seeing you on camera, but I mean, I'd prefer it. That'd be cool.
Can you? All right. Is Maddie the only one that can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear
Oh,
you.
you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
You can hear you
Oh,
now.
there we go.
okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we're back, everyone. And we have a new order. Here we go. You know what? When we roll initiative, I'll just refresh the page, and it'll just line you up in a new. No, there's actually an initiative for things, but we'll do that. Oh no, I just lost Kitty Bird and Coffee Cat. That's fine. We're gonna keep moving. Hopefully this can get sorted out. So yes, Ezekiel, now that you're in the club, oh, there we go. We have Coffee. Oh no, Coffee Cat's being coy and is blinking in and out.
I'm not doing nothing. This is all on your end, bruh.
Oh no. I swear I'm not doing anything. Like, although we have to question this because this is Cyberpunk, and I'm also a troll GM. So.
And this has always been a problem with Roll20 videos.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Well, we'll power through it as best as we can. So
there
Ezekiel,
are more reliable video stuff.
You enter the Cascaded Lass. What are you saying, seeing, hearing, doing, planning for? What is your setup here?
Yeah. I think mostly just trying to see. I fit in by not fitting in. You might have figured. You look just a little bit odd all the time. Nobody's gonna think that you're too odd or you're not odd enough. That's how I hide in plain sight, so to speak.
Okay.
Not hiding. So, I'm looking for my contact, but so out of character.
Yeah.
Do I know that I'm looking for Benji? Like, was I able to glean that from the call, or did that get?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You know who you're looking for here.
All right. So I'm looking around for Benji, and also looking around for trouble.
Sure.
To that. Always sensitive to trouble.
tell you what then. Why don't you place... actually, I'm sorry. This will be rather easy. Because of the nature of this deal, apparently this is some good stuff you have. You have been afforded the VIP room. So if you want to place yourself in the VIP room where you can sit behind the curtain if you so wish, you're welcome to place yourself there. Now, the concert's not started yet, so if you'd prefer to, wait and see if Benji goes right there, if you want to see him make the first move or something, you're welcome to place yourself where you'd like. As now, with you entering, there's a lot of other people who are starting to enter the club. I don't have tokens out for them, but just imagine that there's more than just a handful of staff, like the original people here saw.
That's right. They're all concealed. All right. I don't think I would want to hang out in the VIP room.
Okay.
Number one, I don't really look like a VIP. Number two, it's a good way to let them get the drop on you.
Okay.
They're coming after you, which is always somebody. So I don't think I'm going in the VIP room just yet.
Sure.
Besides, VIPs never show up on time anyhow.
Very astute. Very good. All right then. You can choose a booth. You can hang out on the dance floor. There's a couple other people. You can sit at one of the bar stools over here if you want.
Yeah, I think the bar stool sounds good. I'll have whatever the beer choice is.
Okay. Okay. Yep. The beer choice is called New Wheatwater. It's a take on an old mix, and it is made as freshly as possible. Though they do rely on the fact alcohol can hold for a while from what the nomads bring in from the Outlands.
Right,
also,
so it's actually new piss water. Gotcha.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. People, it's a factional thing, which beer they like here. Welcome to our raiders. Thank you very much, Verendel Angel, for coming in to our Cyberpunk game. The choir sings.
Welcome.
You are welcome to give a little bit of a hello and a howdy. If you want to talk about what you were doing in your channel, you're welcome to. Since I'm having to present the story here, I don't get to be as interactive as I normally am in the workshop, which will be tomorrow through Friday. But please let us know about who you all are and what you do. There we go. Shoutouts to our raiders. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you want to put yourself somewhere at the bar, you're welcome to do so. Hopefully, you have a token, right?
Again, out of character. I don't know.
You don't. Oh, yeah, but you have character art somewhere, right? You had something.
Yeah, I uploaded that to the channel before the game, but I don't know how to. Myself.
Okay. I will find a way.
Yeah, but I don't know how to use it.
Or Quingar, if you can just drop his token somewhere and make sure that he can move it around, please. For any of you just entering here, I have a secret helper behind the green screen here, so he's on point. He's taking care of it. Everyone, A-OK. You're playing Blasphemous and then wind down with some Minecraft. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you came over to see us. If you're curious about Cyberpunk or something, there's a lot of other people in chat who might be able to answer your questions, and you're welcome to come by during our workshop too. Thank you very much for choosing to come over and say hi. Okay, so you're there. You're at the bar. Lastly, not leastly here, because you were a little bit distracted, we have Benji. Benji, you make it to the gates here, and and thank you to the followers as well. You make it to the gates. Per usual, people are stopped. Their credentials are checked. The security guard, Crispy, thank you. The security guard, looks over, makes sure that everything is correct. sees your nomad colors, and offers you a reminder of, hey, just so you know, there's a lot of people here. I don't know if Beef is going to follow you or if Beef is waiting for you. I'm not here to get involved in it. I'm not going to tell you not to wear that, but if you do, it could be inviting trouble. What you make of that is up to you. Just don't walk around with a weapon. Don't cause any problems. And otherwise, there's the parking area for the cascaded lass. You got any questions?
If trouble is following me, it'll follow me out the gate.
Well, depends. If we got to, we're going to shut this place down and make sure that any problem that's caused is solved.
No problem's going to get started by me, I can promise you that. All
right, then. Well, thank you. Enjoy the show. It seems to be popular. There's a lot of people who've been coming in. A lot of passes and such. I don't know why. This is it's an acoustic singer, and then someone who I don't know what her shtick is. I guess she's like no anti-chrome or something, no cyberware, but whatever.
I'm not
no
here
trouble.
For the band anyway.
Yeah, well.
I'm here for the drinks.
Oh, well. They got him. That's the best I can tell you. I haven't had a chance to go there yet.
Well, I guess he ain't missing much then.
All right, well.
We'll see.
Do what you're gonna do. If you need anything, just go to one of the call stations. They got those blue lights around. And so you make your way through campus. It's it's nice. There's actually like green grass that's growing here and trees and wow, like ooh, it's all natural and stuff, but not like a desert. The desert's natural, right, but just in a different way.
No, this is weird. My gun and my knife are both staying in my stash in my bike, and then my stash is locked.
Okay.
And but everything else staying as is.
All right. So Benji, as you make your way in, you notice what everyone else has, that this place looks clean and new. It was built to look clean and new. This isn't some renovated old, century reclaimed factory. It's not some, throw a coat of paint on it kind of this place used to be just like a shot up old, like a drug gang hideout that got, a couple, a couple like safety railings on the stairs, a fresh coat of paint, and there you go. Like this, the Cascaded Lass seems to be, it is fresh and new. Everything is lit. Even the dark corners are lit because they have dark light there shining on it. So there's always something somewhere lit up at any point in time.
Not exactly the most inconspicuous place.
You're given a pat down. You're given a look over by the bouncer. You're given also the, we don't want any trouble, but you're not here for trouble. And so you make your way in, and now we have you all in the same place. You are welcome to place your, for Zeke and Benji, you are welcome to place your tokens where you'd like to be. Benji, you would have been told by the bouncer that you have a pass to the VIP room. As apparently, he's not asking why, he just says you have a pass to the VIP room if you wanted to use it. And you can make yourself known or blend in. There's a whole slew of other people here. Although for some reason, it looks like the scale of the map is a little bit off because not everything is lined up. All the same, put yourself wherever you're going to be.
I think I am gonna mingle a little bit, get some drinks, before heading off to the VIP area. Unless I can spot my contacts before then.
Well, then this is going to come down to: Are either of you? Well, you're not necessarily hiding, I guess, but you're also not letting yourselves be like super known. How would you like to? How would you like to scout each other out? Just a sit and like a just observe, look for each other, or is one of you like really trying to blend in? Or are you wearing something that? Well, no, neither of you are necessarily in the "Hello, fellow kids. I too like memes" kind of a thing. So, you know, it's
Nope, that's not
Howdy
me.
do, fella kids.
Then if you're not really stealthing or, you know, trying to dress up or blend in, I guess this would really just be more of a perception. So as we have, if Ezekiel's at the bar, right?
That's right.
Okay. So if you're at the bar, like blending in, but by being there, not necessarily by like trying to look like it. We have Benji as the last one in. Benji, go ahead and make a perception, and we'll see if in this first setup here, if you beat a 12, then you will be able to generally you'll be able to see your contact.
I'm oblivious.
Okay, no. So it's new. You're looking around. There's bright lights, shiny things, pipes, and sound of things that are happening here. There's a really short guy on stage who is adjusting things and getting ready for his set. And so there's some people on the dance floor. Things are shifting as they are. Rock, as the first performer is getting ready, where would you like to place yourself on the map? Is there some place here while people have already been eating, they've been drinking, but not necessarily enough to get hammered unless they're like super throwing stuff back? Where do you want to be?
So I've done my initial assessment.
Yep.
Found the points of ingress and egress.
Yep.
So I'm going to position myself kind of right in front of the DJ booth.
Okay.
I mean, you can see where the DJ booth, yep, right there, just so I have a pretty good view of most of the area.
Okay. And a lot of people as well can view you too. Like you can be there. The big red screen is not on. It's not necessarily like glaring red because the first performer anyway has at least asked that there's not a lot of like visualization stuff and animation or anything on the screens because he's just there to deliver an acoustic performance. So you're jamming out here. This would be the closest to like a low light area. Everything is still lit. You can still see everything pretty well, but there's not a glaring red screen is all what I'm saying. So
okay.
There is a not really a DJ, but maybe someone from this first band who is behind the setup here. While this is acoustic, if there's other things to adjust, like lights or something, that's a control center for lighting and sound, as well as to mix music and such. So, all right. So you're set up here, and then let's put. Where would Ramone like to be for the first part of the concert? Where would you like? Do you want to be behind the scenes, like pumped up, getting ready, or like nervously sweating? Do you want to be dancing out in the crowd so that Roscoe sees you? Do you want to be like cool and sitting in a booth and sipping on something? What are you doing here, Ramone?
You muted.
Thank you.
There we go.
I think Ramone would actually be like off in the wings, so like watching from the side.
All right. So you don't want to be backstage, right?
No.
Okay.
No, actually, sorry, yes.
Oh, you do want to be backstage.
I misunderstood the layout. I'm sorry. I thought there was a backstage off wing.
Sure. So Ramone, put yourself somewhere back here. You have so if you're feeling nervous and you got to vomit, there's a toilet right around the corner for you. No pressure. Or actually, I guess this would be a good waiting room right here. There's the couch and.
Where would my token be?
Your token's right here.
Now. Oh. Okay, I've got the map scrolled out. So far, I couldn't see the tokens. I'm a dev. I'm sorry. There I am. Oh, does help to have it. I am not technically minded. Come on. It won't let me move it.
All right. Quingar, can you make sure that the Kitty Bird has whatever access or controls are needed for the token to be moved? While you're setting that up, let's go back to the bar. The performance begins. Again, the dance floor is filled. There's people that are wining and dining. A lot of them are, a majority of them are college-age kids that are just out here. It's something new. This is, it might for some be an interesting first-time experience to, you're like, oh, I'm so used to like just an acoustic guitar. Like, oh, those are the buskers on the street or something. I've never really heard of someone who's made it more than a street performer to show up in a place like the Cascaded Lass. And so a lot of his music isn't the super jam out music. So this is kind of mingle music as the kids are kind of confused. They don't have the latest dance steps for the more folksy sounding songs coming out of Roscoe here. So for you, Rock, it's starting out pretty calm. There's a lot of chatting. Some people are getting into it, and there's more than a few followers that are into it because this rocker boy does have a following that they're coming up to the stage. They're behaving though, but they're cheering like, yeah, play it again, and all the classic things that you'd see. But for looking like a bad boy, Roscoe seems to just be more of again, kind of a sad emo acoustic. There's energy, but it's not like, yeah, rage against this and burn down this and all this other stuff. That, from your understanding, is the follow-up act. So for right now, it's actually pretty calm and cool, and this is half of your shift is like watching a very mellow group of people just kind of like, dude, you're working security for like the Dave Matthews Band. Like, I don't know what you have to worry about. Like, like, oh no, like a wine aunt might actually get a little like exacerbated and like faint or something, like, okay, well there, you might have to go and pick her up or something, and but even then that's what they got staff for. So, it's really just more like jam out kind of mellow stuff. So far so good. You're hearing this, you're hearing this in the back, Ramone, and it's different. It's definitely a different tone. And I don't know if this is prepping you like, oh, I'm going to rock their faces off, or, everything he's singing about is just more mellow stuff. It's just, more like self-reflection, and there's some things that maybe you can relate to, but that's more on like a philosophical more than a musical, because his music just, it sounds a bit like yours a bit, and so much that maybe both of you play somewhat similar instruments, and that's about, there's a little bit of concept of the self, but it's a lot different. We come up to the bar. And so during this, because it's not quite as rowdy, people are settling in. They're kind of like tapping their foot or jamming along with what Roscoe is singing about here. And you two will see each other. Your eyes will lock across the bar, and you can. Well, I don't know. Do you have a signal? Do you have a nod? What are you doing?
I've got a glass of tequila.
Okay.
On ice in my hand. I'm just shaking my head because this guy's a wimp.
This is not your music, Benji?
No, I'm a little bit more on metal. This is not my jam. And you can probably tell that this is not Benji's jam when it comes to music.
Maddie, did you get my whispers?
Yes. Now that I've tabbed back over to chat, one moment. Okay. You're good for that whisper.
Right,
since it was one and not the other.
Okay. I understand.
Yes.
All right. So I can see Benji now?
Yeah, you can be as casual or overt about it, but everyone's kind of settled in for the first half of the concert. It's really mellow. Again, some people are like dancing, and there's some fans that are up at the stage, but it's not super raucousy. They're just singing along to the songs that they know and that they followed. Yeah, you know, rocker boy groupies, you know, it is what it is.
Sure. Okay. All right, let me think about how I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to roll stealth so that I can try and sneak up on Mr. Benji.
Mr. Benji.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Benji.
Me.
You want me to roll perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. And we'll see if it's like you look back at your tequila and you look over and he's gone and you're not sure what happened. All right, well, you're not sure what happened. But he's not in that bar stool anymore. Could be out mingling with the crowd.
I'm paying too much attention to the fact that I don't like this band.
Very good.
Or I've got distracted by a pretty lady who walked by.
Oh, that's true too.
Maybe. All right, so I'm gonna sneak up on old Benji.
Yeah.
Probably by and I'll go up and tap him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, this isn't my music either. I'm into the classic country, Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, those old timers."
God, that's ancient. What are you, 100? What are you, 100?
29.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I look 29. I haven't had on. Don't have any body sculpting.
Benji still says, "I don't believe that for a second."
All right. So we know each other though, right?
Yeah. Do we?
You've had like drops or deliveries before. I mean, you may not like know each other, but you're acquainted. This is someone
we may not have actually met before, but we've maybe talked on the phone once or twice.
Yeah, so if you want to treat this like, oh, we're actually in person, okay, we'll do this. You can do it that way if you want. I'll have this be your call. Both of your calls.
Let's do it that way. So, get to play like fancy folk tonight. Come on this way.
I half expected this to just be a one and done, like the usual gigs.
Oh, not tonight. It's the whole shindig.
That's what I was afraid of. 'Cause my contact who maybe got in touch with your people, they said that this was a big old thing. And
my guy's a little squirrely tonight. I don't know, something's up with him.
Mine too. Well, I hope I don't fuck this up.
I won't fuck it up if you don't fuck it up.
A pact here and now.
Well, we've had good business before. I don't see why we can't now.
All right. let me show you what I got for you. Are we have enough privacy that I can take out the goods?
Real quick, before you take out the goods in the private booth together, as you are walking past the crowd now, like you're not just kind of hanging out at the bar, looking natural, kind of keeping an eye out. Each of you are going to see that intermixed in the crowd is, well, Benji, maybe this is your ex's type of music, but she is here.
Shit.
She is here. She's talking to a couple people. She's dressed really sharply. Like, she seems to be a little distracted. I'm not going to ask for a particular, if you want to stealth and be super secret. Otherwise, she hasn't noticed you, and she's playing it really well if she hasn't.
I am just not looking in her direction.
Okay, just keep moving. You see her, and you just go, nope, and you keep moving. All right.
Do you think, recognize somebody?
Chingada madre. Yeah, and I don't like the look of her.
You can tell me all about it when we get away a little bit.
Jesus.
And Ezekiel, you see someone from your work who is up and talking to Rock, and is, I guess, maybe talking to Rock about some of his gear that he has. Seemingly has an interest, though. This is someone who's not in your secret club. So, you know, is it bad if you're seen? You might have some splaining to do, but you do have someone from your corporation here, apparently to see the music, although the music might not be what he likes, because he's talking to Rock about, oh, you know, what's this and what's that.
Well, no, it's a punk concert when everybody's there and nobody likes the music.
You know, that hit with my second chuckle, because I'm like, oh yeah, well, yeah, okay, I get it, I like that. I'm gonna have to use that sometime. Are you also just kind of like do scuttling along, or do you want to try and like actively hide and go super out of your way?
Okay, so this person, how well do I know them from work? Is it like somebody who is like someone who sits 4 rows down in the cubicles and who I'm just aware of who they are, or is it somebody that I work with but they don't know that I'm...
This is someone that always comments that they seem to be missing stuff. And they
is it stuff that I'm stealing from them?
Yes, it is. Very much the stuff that you're stealing is apparently out of his department or in his sphere of influence in the corporation. And you would know him as someone who is absolutely on the warpath to find out why, like, maybe he's caught on to the accounting, or he got a peep of something that's happening. You know, he doesn't, there's no suspicion he knows it's you, but you know that he knows that something is going on, and that R&D seems to be missing tools and missing products. And what, you know, this number on the page went out with a 6, now it's a 5. I wrote that 6. I know that should have been a 6, not a 5. Even though he hasn't necessarily been able to find record of why it got changed to a 5. So it's someone who's on the cusp of, like, he's not your enemy, but he's an enemy of the situation in which you're involved.
Gotcha. All right. I think what I would do is just ignore him for now, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him. By keep an eye on him, I mean use my teleoptics to keep an eye
on him.
Before you go in the curtain, you're like, oh, hold on, Benji. And you kind of put that on the, you know, just keep an eye outside the curtain. So you two go behind and you start talking your business, right? You're gonna...
So teleoptics isn't like a remote eye, it's like Zoom.
Okay.
So So it's a zoom lens that I can use. I can see detail up to 1,000 miles away.
Oh, sure.
Something ridiculous like that. Oh my God.
All right.
800 meters. That's the range of
This man's
Sure.
got the fancy Kuroshis.
Well, what you could do then would be, since you have like a red curtain here, if you wanted to, I guess you could like switch positions with Benji here, and you could sort of like peek out if you wanted to keep an eye like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that works well. That works well.
Okay. All right. So you two are talking. If you don't mind being obvious about it with Benji, I mean, he's probably going to notice if you're turning your head every once in a while, or if you got like one eye that goes and then like is veering in the other direction while you're making eye contact with the other eye.
Benji knows we're covert here. I don't care if Benji knows that being furtive.
Okay. Okay, so the exchange is going down. Rock, you are approached by someone who is dressed in very nice clothes. Like, we're talking an exec of some kind. Definitely someone who works at one of the big corporations. Not that he's wearing like, oh, I'm the lab coat from blah, blah, blah tech. And you're like, here's like, he's just dressed in super nice club clothes. But the way that he carries himself, this is a someone of means, someone who probably works at a corp, and he stands out a bit, not because he's wearing club clothes, but he gives off that kind of "how are you doing, fellow kids" kind of a vibe. He's wearing the clothes, but he doesn't have the vibe, even though there's a mixed reaction to the acoustics here. But he's coming up, and he seems to be very interested in the tech that you have. That is obvious anyway, because you do have some obvious upgrades. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess I'm polite, but I'm here for a job, so I still got my head on a swivel.
Okay.
I also have micro optics, so I can see like 400 times magnification. So, I pick up on little things. So as I'm being polite and humoring this guy who's talking to me, I kind of catch these two over here, kind of scoping them. I don't make a big deal out of it. I just kind of keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Might be interested. Might be a point of interest at a later time, but I'm not here to ruin anybody's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not here to ruin anybody's fun. I'm just keeping an eye on people.
Yep. He is wearing old leathers, and he definitely looks like he's seen some sun. So
just two zoom eyes, just and they meet, and you see each other seeing each other very closely,
staring into the windows of each other's souls.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Oh, nice retina pattern, bro. Oh, thanks. I just had it reworked. Okay, so while that's going on, the concert is concluding, and Roscoe is he doesn't have a lot to tear down because it was an acoustic show. His sound guy behind here is done. The lights kind of flickered a little bit. He wasn't really adjusting the sound because it's supposed to be more acoustic. And you get the call back in the room here. Ramone, you're on.
Let's do this. Let's scream the buildings down. Grabs her instrument and heads for the stage. Pop.
All right. Go ahead and do you have control of your token? If you want to move yourself to the stage, you can.
I do. Oh, look, there's a microphone. How handy.
How handy? A little too convenient, if you ask me.
A microphone on a stage? Like gas.
All right, so Ramone, you're out there. Everything is going to be set up for you here. As you're reading the crowd and like, that almost like, are you ready to rock? I'd like you to make a perception. We'll set this as a difficulty of 11 for what it is I'm searching.
Awareness.
Oh.
Ooh. That's a nice round number.
That is.
A nice 20.
Okay. And as you take the stage, a figure turns around from the bar and looks up at the stage. And you see that it is Sharp, who is also dressed rather sharply.
What are they doing here? Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna get rough. Hopefully not. Like, I guess Ramone, pointedly looks as if to say, I see you. I see you there.
Okay. All right. Now, I don't expect you, Kitty Bird, to sing your entire set for Ramone and Shattered Data, but I would like you to describe to me, describe the presentation, describe the concert, the vibes, the subject matter. You're coming in with this, it almost sounds redundant, like a radical punk, but in the context of Cyberpunk itself, this is really radical and it is very punk. What happens with your performance?
First, the stage is dark.
Okay.
Ramone stands in the middle, and she says, exclaims, "In a world where people that told you could be anything you wanted, I wanted to be myself. In a world of neon and noise, music was the only thing that spoke truth to me. And nothing is truer than your own heartbeat. That's where all music starts. The beat. And it reminds us we're human. This is Shattered Data." And lights come on, small pyrotechnics.
Okay.
And think a combination of the Ramones, the Sweet, Sid Vicious, hard banging, almost screaming lyrics at the crowd, and just really trying to get them moving and listening to what she's saying or singing. She's basically the overall message is we're losing our humanity by giving ourselves over to cybernetics.
Okay.
And we need to pull the corporate system down. We need to remember who we are as a people. And she's very passionate about it. There is, as she told Rock, there is screaming and wailing and just really losing herself in the music.
All right. I want you to roll a performance for all of the different circumstances, including being cowed by Sharp's presence a little bit. But ultimately, you're still going to have a large plus to things here. With everything, you have the whole set. You have the fact that you are building energy off of a group of young people who are kind of like, this is quaint and cool, but we wanted something more powerful. I want you to make a performance with a +4.
Okay.
You can spend luck if you want.
Is that also play instrument on performance?
Oh, yeah. If you want to do a play instrument, that's fine.
Oh yeah, she's shredding.
Yep, shred. And in the meta, we're towards the end of the session, so if you want to dump your luck into this, you're welcome. Or if you want to hold on to it, just in case you can too.
Oh no,
but it will refresh at the end of at the start of the next session.
How much luck do I have left? Because I did.
You use 3, so it depends on your luck pool.
What's your maximum luck?
I'm trying to. Where do I find it again?
It's one of your stats.
It's on the main page.
Oh yeah, 5. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna dump the last 2 of my luck in.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
20.
20. So that exceeds the professional tier of a skill, right? There's general tiers. What?
Wouldn't that be 24? Yeah, it'd be 24 because also the +4 bonus. That
you get, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, that wasn't rolled with that in. So even more better. All right, rock. This place is rocking. And this has gone into a bunch of people. There's a lot of groupies also for Shattered Data that have shown up. So if nothing else, Ramone, there are people who support you. It just, man, Sharp is a thorn in your paw, and it hampers a little bit, but you're powering through. Rock, this music is energizing people. There is now, there's very active dancing, not just foot tapping or swaying or, just kind of like singing along, or a couple excited people at the stage. People are now up and they're starting to gravitate towards the stage and are, like, wow, this is, it is such a radical take that these young kids just, they haven't really contemplated a life of not living like this, and it seems interesting or ideal or like, yeah, or just bandwagoning on the down with the system and everything. But yeah, Ramone is bringing it and delivering it here, and we have some others now over in the VIP booth. Things are getting loud, and Ezekiel, you have lost sight out of the corner of your coworker, quote unquote. But this is the perfect time for you two to complete your business. There's a bunch of noise. There's a bunch of other distractions and light, because unlike the more pure acoustic performance, this performer doesn't mind the lights and the amplification of sound and all that. It's just the message is no cybernetics. Now, meanwhile, behind the curtain, you're like, yo, bro, I got these awesome cutting edge cybernetics. You in? And so
seems a little ironic.
A little bit, but
Don't you think?
As this is going on here, and we have every once in a while, Ezekiel, you can see Rock is on like a patrol back and forth, like, keeping people, like trying to keep people back and keep people calm, because this is getting super ruckusy now. But what are you two doing in your VIP booth behind the curtain?
Let me show you what I got for you. You might find it useful in your line of work. Pull out
my line of work.
Your line of work. I don't think I don't know what you do. You know what I do. Why wouldn't I know what you do?
I vaguely know what you do.
I do this.
I think we like it that way, right?
So I pull out
we're not exactly edge runners.
A little pouch. Pouch is it's about the size of a Capri Sun, but it's transparent. It's got this kind of goop in it, this red goop, fresh off the Biotechnica research labs, brand new. We call it Blub. Blub.
Is it Biotechnica?
Yeah, that's right. That's where most of the stuff I get you comes from.
Well, yeah. I usually would guess at that. Again, they're not exactly We haven't exactly traded a whole lot of secrets, my friend. But Blub?
That's right. It stands for Blood Loss Ultimate Backup. Inject this into... Just smear it on to somebody who's hurt or inject it into them. Any kind of bleeding they got, put a stop to it. Internal bleeding, external, severed artery, just plugs it all right up.
You just topical, smear it on the skin.
On the
or is it injected?
Whichever you like. That's the cool part. It's just like I don't know how it works, but you know how if you get cut and you bleed and it scabs over, you know, I'm sure that's happened. Yeah, all right.
Kind of wiggles his mechanical hand a little bit.
Yeah, just like that, but better.
Okay.
Seems like something you'd want, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're looking for some. Are you looking for like test data?
That's right. See, you got all these ethics rules, yada yada. Yeah. Brand new. There's only been maybe 5 or 6 pouches like this made. This is one of the ones that I obtained.
Like this is. If this is what you say it is,
it would be revolutionary. And for change, it's going to help people live rather than get killed.
Well, that's ideally. Yeah.
Then they'll go on to kill somebody else. But that is, whatever.
I'm surprised you didn't get flatlined for stealing this shit.
Well, I got my ways. Let's put it this way: the people that talk don't know, and the people that know don't talk. It comes to how I get hold of it.
Means you're good.
Means I got the right connections.
Still.
Anyhow, I got need to get this tested on the street. You can do tests on the street. We can't do in our labs, and vice versa. So we need to get real-world test data, and in exchange, get a little supply. And in exchange for that, I get a little money.
I could see that. See a working relationship with that. I try to be as ethical as possible, you know, Hippocratic oath and shit. First rule of medicine is don't cause harm.
Yeah. Is that how it goes, though, in reality?
Sometimes. Most of the time. Most of the time on my table. When it comes to the tech that I install in people, it's as prime grade as I can get. And they're willing to pay for.
Always the key.
It's always about the eddies.
To pay for.
Isn't that how it works? It's always about the eddies.
Eddies. You talk funnier than me.
The song... Thing? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is that a good thing?
Maybe. What do you think of this music? It ain't half bad.
It's a little... The message and the technique is a little 2020s.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah. I had to turn my ear down. It's pretty loud.
I can definitely hear it in the technique.
On the other side of the curtain, as you were reminiscing and talking, your last song has wound down, Ramone, and before you start a new one, there's a fan that you recognize who's been a follower of yours for quite some time, and she's here as she must go to this university, and she's wanted to get close, and Rock has tactfully, strategically interposed himself, since he didn't really have to for the last performance, but here he's been trying to. But this is one of your fervent fans, and she even has some flowers for you here. How wonderful! And so she's like, yeah, oh, Ramone, please, can I just want to come up.
Ramone obviously clocks her, like, kind of winks and points, but like kind of gives a signal. It's like, no, you stay there. Enjoy the show. You'll enjoy it better on the floor.
Okay, as you're interacting with her, make a perception. A 16? Okay. So, you can see that as she's just absolutely like, oh, Rama, and as she's just like overjoyed and she's just everywhere, the inside of her mouth is glowing. And it is just vibrant colors, just like color shift, you know, like through the rainbow and everything. And you could almost see, it would be almost like watching a cuttlefish or an octopus change color underneath its skin. And as much as she is overjoyed and is very much a fan of yours, you see that she has this, whatever, this mod or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just... Nah, all right. Next one. I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, and her body begins to just like glow very vibrantly, and it turns. It turns a red color. Just emitting red light, and she is. Before she gets to the name of it, it sounds like she's like screaming something out. Before you realize that it's steam coming out of her mouth, and her body begins to violently shake, and her skin begins to bubble, and pop. She pops.
What the ever-loving...
I would like an evasion from Rock and Ramone.
What is evasion under?
Under body, probably.
No, I think that's reflex.
It's under fighting.
Yeah, because you have to roll evasion against being struck, or you can roll it against a ballistic.
Whoa! Hey!
Hey!
Oh, all right then.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Ramone, as your biggest fan, pops like a bag in the microwave, and you are able to duck out of the way as just a red poof everywhere. And for Rock, almost Rock, you did a good job, but there wasn't really a place for you to go, it seems. And you are covered in well, fan. So I need a couple things to happen. For Ramone, I need you to just, for what you witnessed, you are going to just straight up lose 1 humanity.
Okay.
And for Rock, there is someone who just exploded into effectively a red mist beside you, and you are covered in this person. I need you to roll a D3, please. 1d3. And then there's going to be a couple other things happening.
Where do I roll just a single dice?
Just type /R space 1d3. Okay, Rock, this hits you hard. And I don't know if this is bringing back memories of when you were on the Force, or like your very first trauma scene, or something along those lines. You are going to lose 3 humanity. What does that put you at?
14.
14? Okay. Ramone, what's your humanity at?
79.
Okay. Yeah, wow. You got a little padding there because you haven't you haven't gone super here. All right. Now, for the rest of you here, I would like you each to just make a straight up body roll.
Body.
How do I decrease my humanity? If I hit edit, it takes away the humanity window, and I can't.
We'll take a look at it when we're done here. Okay. Just we'll float it in our brains.
All right.
All right. So Zeke has a 14. What do we have?
Ooh,
oh, nice. Okay, so we have a 15 plus.
Oh, actually, that's a 10 on that roll.
Yeah, so you get to roll again.
One more D10. Nice.
Ramone, you will not have to worry about this. Okay, so a 17, a 14 here. And
did I need to do that too?
Yes, you are gonna have to make a body roll as well.
I guess Ramone rolled behind an amp or something.
Well, we'll see. This is something.
Oh.
Okay. Benji, you are going to be fine. For Rock and Zeke. Let's start one at a time. For Rock, how many cybernetic whatever implants, or like how much chrome are you wearing? How many devices do you have on your body?
One, two. Six.
Okay. All right. You're going to take 9 hit points worth of damage as your body almost seems is like fighting itself. It would be a cybernetic equivalent of getting a cramp or a Charlie horse. It almost feels like your cybernetics are like seizing up and twitching and almost pulling at the flesh they're attached to. Zeke, and how many upgrades do you have?
10.
All right. So about that blood.
Exactly what Ramone's trying to say.
Okay. So Benji, Zeke starts just like like jittering and is losing control as his body is starting to just twitch uncontrollably.
So, what you'll also see as part of that is like his clothes flashing.
Oh,
the appearance of his clothes changing, like to different cultures and also colors, and that also applies to his skin color.
Oh, very interesting.
Oh, he's a Mr. Blend In anywhere. I'm going to look to if that's enough to kind of mortally wound him, then I'm going to do what I can to stabilize him. Of course.
How much did I take? 22.
22.
So I have 45. So am I seriously wounded or not?
No, it's round up. So it would be 23.
23. Barely.
Okay. So I'm good then.
You're barely not seriously wounded.
And then you said you had 10.
Yeah.
How many of those are in your head?
Does that include eyes and ears?
Yeah. Like how much tech is like in your face?
Most of it. If does that include the chem skin?
No. Chem skin is, but I'm determining if because I rolled 2 6s in your damage where you're taking a critical hit. The skin is both on your head and your body, so I guess we can cancel that out since it's everywhere. I'm just looking to see, are you like more top loaded or is it distributed? Is it?
Yeah, everything is eyes and ears for me except for that one thing that I talked
about. All right. I don't know offhand if lower is better on the chart, but
none of them are good.
Yeah, none of them are good. So I mean, but I don't think it's like, oh, roll boxcars instagib or something like that. It's all right. So injury effect on a critical injuries to the head is a 3. Brain injury -2 to all actions. Base death save penalty is increased by 1, but you're not making death saves, so that's right now. Okay. You've had a brain bleed, and you're at -2 to your actions.
That's painful.
There is a way to. There's not a quick fix. There is some treatment, although I mean you have a doc here with you with a way to maybe fix your blood. We'll see.
I'm definitely going to med scan him because I've got one of those.
But what we'll do is here in this moment, because you hear a couple other people, a couple other college kids that are collapsing or popping. And there's people in here who are also, you're hearing from behind the curtain sounds of agony. Ramone, you dove behind the amp here. You do not seem to be affected. You have no cybernetics, correct?
Correct.
So you get to just watch in horror as the fans who are here are like shaking, collapsing. Some of them are just like they've been hit with a microwave gun and they just like bubble and pop. And others just are like clutching where their shoulder is attaching to their body as they're writhing in pain. And so there's a little bit of blood on the dance floor, I'm afraid. And it is here that we are going to end our session 1 of our Cyberpunk game with something happening.
Oh my god. Crazy. Ah.
One of our players already half health.
Yep.
Yes, and concussed.
But half health. And
I like how I'm half dead at the start of the game. That's delightful.
And took a brain injury, so he's going to need some recovery.
Play
time.
brainly. I mean smartly.
You see, this is exactly what Ramone's trying to warn people about. And so we're humanity. We will pop.
Yeah, that message is pretty pretty loud and clear.
A little on the nose.
Little, a little suspiciously.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm so happy that we got to finally play. Session 1 is here. I hope that you enjoyed it. We had our warm-up, so of course, when we come back, we're going right into what just happened. Yeah, we're getting into the situation.
You could say we're going into a ballroom blitz.
Yep, and there's a Panic at the Disco, so...
Yep. Definitely a Panic at the Disco.
So thank you all very much, both the audience and especially to my players and my super secret hidden. I will do. As you see, we have a Queen Guard. Yeah, there he is. The man behind the curtain there, making some of the last minute things I asked for work, because I didn't have enough foresight to do that myself. So
not having
thank
enough
you.
Foresight, Maddie, sometimes is very, very dangerous. You sometimes kill players.
Well, hopefully not the players. I mean, I'll definitely wreck your characters, but
well, that's what I meant.
I would say that this is the 4th worst out of the 11 critical head injuries.
Okay, well, yeah.
Temporarily being blind, temporarily being deaf, that wouldn't have been so bad. Taking a blow to the brain.
Yeah, but what's temporarily, though?
I don't know.
Nothing is temporary. Nothing is temporary unless you get it treated. But there's another one, like brain injury and concussion are basically exactly the same, except that concussion you can fix with a 13 first aid.
Yeah.
Brain injury needs a 17 surgery. But other than that, they're basically the same.
I wonder who's a surgeon amongst us.
Yes, with some sort of special blood treatment. All right. Well, everyone, what we're gonna do again? Thank you for hanging out. We're gonna return. The Wednesday night at 11. I mean, cross fingers. Sometimes it's a little later for our Cyberpunk workshop, where we're gonna create characters, kind of like the characters you see over here. We're gonna go through the system. We're gonna start with a blank character sheet. It'll be interactive. I hope you can show up for it. But let's go raid. Speaking of people exploding and all sorts of the love and loss of blood, let's go raid Macabre Derek.
The viscera.
Yes, the various viscera that can exist in and out here. So let's go raid Derek. He'll be happy to talk all about it, I'm sure. And thank you all so much. And I look forward to continuing this. I haven't gotten to say this in years. Is it Tuesday yet? Oh my gosh, I haven't said this in such a long time. All right, everyone, I'll see you over in Derek's channel. I'll be on Discord. Everyone who rated and followed and everything, thank you. I'm sorry. I give you shout outs in the workshop when I have more time, but thank you for your patience. And again, thanks to my players. I'll still be on if you wanted to, like, whatever, decompress or talk stuff out or whatever. I'll be on here. But for all of you out there,
I just remembered I had a fickle god. Oh, it's so sad.
Oh, I know. I saw a couple redeemed, and I'm like, I don't have that open, and we're so we can talk about that, because I'd forgotten about fickle gods, and I don't mind honoring those. So what we'll do is I'll see you in Derek's, and we'll go forward from there. Bye, everyone.
Okay, Nuzzles.